guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a really fun one. It's kind of a tag that's been floating around YouTube, and it is the YouTube made me buy it tag. And I am definitely, I don't want to use the word victim, but I've definitely purchased a lot of things. Makeup, skincare, hair care, products due to the influence of YouTube. Which is totally fine because most of the products actually ended up really working for me. A lot of products that get a lot of hype is with reason. There are a few duds that end up, you're wondering to yourself, well, why the heck was this so hyped up? Overall, I would say that I have like an 85% success rate when it comes to products that I typically buy from YouTube influence. So we're just gonna jump on in. I have so many products. I'm probably gonna do part 2 to this video because I have so many products. So, alright, so the first thing is a foundation. There's many foundations that I've purchased due to the influence of YouTube, but this one in specific was definitely because of YouTube. About a year ago, I decided to purchase this little guy, and it is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and it was such an influence that I swear I don't even think that I got color matched or really correctly color matched me, because I've always thought that this foundation was a shade off, like it was just a little bit too warm. But anyways, I have 3W1 Tawny. That being said, even though this was completely influenced by YouTube, I adore this foundation. I'm waiting to run out before buying a new one just because it is really pricey, so I typically tend to mix it in with other foundations so it kind of matches better. But this is a full coverage, full coverage, long wearing foundation. If you don't like full coverage and heavy foundations, you might not like this one. I find it very comparable to the MAC Studio Fix foundation. So yeah, this was definitely influenced by YouTube. I purchased mine at Nordstrom. I think it was in the 50s, but I do recommend it. The only downside to this foundation is that it doesn't have a pump. Moving on, let's talk about this little guy. So this was years and years ago. I have a couple products in here that I kid not were like 4 or 5 years ago. So this one 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even not that long, maybe 3 years ago, was so hyped up. Everyone was talking about this, and this is one of the duds for me, unfortunately. And I'll tell you guys why. So it is the Nars duo in Laguna and Orgasm. So Laguna is the bronzer and then Orgasm is the blush. The blush looks beautiful. It really works well, but Laguna unfortunately just does not show up on my skin tone. I'm about an NC30, sometimes NC35, and honestly, I cannot get Laguna to work with me. Like, it just does not show up on the skin the way that I want it to, and it makes me so sad. Luckily, when I purchased this little duo, you guys can tell like it's really small. I got the sample version. So this little guy has pretty small pans. Thank God, because I honestly never use it. So this one definitely was a little bit more of a dud, but I do like the blush, but because it is in this duo compact, I never, like, rarely reach for it. So yeah, that is the Nars duo. I think everyone owns this, at least one of the two, if not the duo. Next, I have another blush. This one is something that I use, I kid not, at least twice a week. It is one of my favorite blushes. It is drugstore. It's such good quality and it looks stunning on the skin. It is the Milani Luminous, what is this? Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. So this was recently hyped up, I think maybe like a year, maybe 2. And for the longest time, I could not find it here in Canada anywhere. And I finally found it probably a year ago. And I snatched it up the second I saw it because I knew so many people were talking about it on YouTube. I felt like I had to have it. And I'm so glad I did because this is definitely a blush that I use all the time. It's stunning. It has kind of like a sheen to it, and it's a peachy pink. It's just really nice everyday blush that's gonna give you a nice glow. If you don't have this in your life, I'm influencing you right now to go get it because it's worth it. I actually, from that collection, have quite a few blushes and they're all really pigmented, really beautiful, and look great on the skin. Continuing on with skin, I have 2 highlighters to talk about. So the first one should be to no one's surprise. This one, years ago, people were talking about it. I think everyone was using this highlight. Before highlight really became like a huge thing, this was what people were gently putting it on. Get it? Yeah, that was a little subtle hint. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. So when it was first being hyped up, I could not afford it. Like here in Canada, I think this is like $40 something. Like, it's crazy. Hence why I have the new packaging. Because back when I was in college, there was no way I could afford this little highlighter. You did get quite a bit of product, and it is a stunning highlighter, and it was hyped up. It was hyped up quite a bit, but it's worth it. It is really stunning on the skin. And honestly, like, I know people don't talk about it anymore really ever, but I still use it a lot. And if you watch my channel frequently, you know that I do use this in my tutorials all the time, and it's a really nice inner corner highlight as well. The second highlight is something that I recently got, and because it's not really available and accessible in Canada, so I got it this past summer when I was in the States at an Ulta, and it is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This, again, like, I feel like every single person on YouTube has this product, and with reason. It is gorgeous, it is stunning, it is that intense highlight that you want. This will give it to you. It is a golden, beautiful highlight. Oh my goodness. Like, and you don't need a whole lot either. It is much smaller, that pan, than the MAC one, but it is also a lot cheaper. I think this one's in the 20s. It's right here. So I have like the luminoso blush there, but you can see along this side of my hand, that highlight. Girl. So that's another one that was definitely influenced upon me that I decided to pick up, and I don't regret it at all. It's such a good highlight. And if you don't have it and you really like these golden, kind of champagne golden highlights, you're gonna love this. Moving along to eyes. This is another, I don't want to say dud, it's not a dud, but it's something that I don't gravitate towards anymore. So it is the MAC Paint Pots. This one here is in soft ochre, and honestly, I have used quite a bit of it, but recently I've been gravitating away from it because I find it extremely drying on my eyes, and I have oily eyelids. So I've kind of been gravitating away from it, but this was highly hyped up by YouTube. I know it is a great eyeshadow base and primer for the lids, but it just sometimes doesn't really work for me, so I don't find myself gravitating towards it as much anymore. But when I first got it, I would grab it every single day. And this little guy will last you quite a long time, but you do have to change them even if you don't use up all the product, unfortunately, because they do get quite dry in the pan. But yeah, this product, again, everybody talks about it here on YouTube. It is worth it. But I do find that if you're not wearing eyeshadow every single day, you might find yourself really wasting a lot of product because you do need to replace them, I personally find, because they get so dry. This one is a serious throwback, and it makes me kind of sad because I don't reach for it anymore, but I really should because it's so nice. And it is the Wet n Wild Trio, eyeshadow trio. And this one, if you can't tell already, because it's so, everybody used to talk about this product, it's called Walking on Eggshells. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. This shade here, I used to pack this all over my lid for days, like just everywhere. I just was so obsessed with this trio. It was so good, and it was really affordable. Honestly, like, this was probably 4 years ago that this was really hyped up, and I have another one here. This one is Sweet as Candy, and this one was another one that I really loved. And I don't reach for them anymore because it's so rare that I reach for those little small drugstore quads and trios. But honestly, I'm taking this out, putting it on top of my vanity, and I'm gonna start using it again because I remember I was obsessed with this. Every single YouTuber was talking about this, and this was way before my channel. Like, this was years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. Like, it was crazy to remember these guys. So these were definitely like one of the first products that I ever bought because of YouTube were these Wet n Wild trios. Next, let's talk about two eyeshadow palettes. One is a love and one is a why the heck did I spend money on this. So the love one is the Urban Decay Naked Original. So this is what Naked Original looks like. I mean, everybody's seen it, everybody loves it. It's a really good palette. Honest to God, I use my Naked palettes all the time to this day, and I never will stop because I really do think that they're great quality. The dud, on the other hand, was the Balm Nude Tude, and I don't know why, but I really wanted this palette. A lot of people talked about it here on YouTube, and don't get me wrong, like, it has really nice colors, but for some reason I could never find ways to make a look out of it, and I think that's what drove me away. So moving right along to lips, I have 3 lip colors that I wanted to talk about, ranging from nudes all the way to very deep. So the nude color that I have, this is specifically influenced by one person, Desi Perkins. She made me buy this. The second she talked about it on her Snapchat or on her channel, I can't remember which platform, but she chatted about this product and I was like, I need it, and I hunted for it and I got it right away. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Abu Dhabi, and honestly, if you don't have this product, you need it. It's a perfect nude and it's so easy to apply. So I just keep this in my purse, and if I'm ever in a rush, like really big rush, and I can't take the time to apply lipstick and I don't have a mirror, I go to this. It's so quick, so easy, smells really good, it applies really good, and it lasts a pretty long time. So definitely recommend this little guy, and that was totally influenced by one Desi Perkins. The other 2 are 2 extremely hyped up products here on YouTube. One is the ColourPop Matte Liquid Lipstick in LAX, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's not just LAX, it's also Beeper. There's a few, but Beeper and LAX are the 2 that I can think of off the top of my head that were extremely talked about here on YouTube when they first launched. And of course, I made my order like everybody else. And then the last one is definitely Kat Von D's Lolita. It was so hyped up that for the longest time it was sold out at my Sephora and online. And I finally found it probably about a year ago. But unfortunately, I never wear this. And it's a stunning color. Like, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but I never wear it. And I don't know why. So that's definitely a goal of mine, is probably to try and wear this color because it is really nice and the formula is really nice. This is the only Kat Von D liquid lipstick I have. So yeah, this is definitely one that I picked up. I wanted for so long. Everybody chatted about it here on YouTube and I couldn't get my hands on it for so long that I think that once I finally got it, the buzz was over, the hype was over, and then it kind of just got lost in my collection. But honestly, it is a really stunning shade. Last but not least is a hair product. I wanted to talk about this. It is Nume products. So years ago, Nume was everywhere. Hair curlers, straighteners. So these hair products were definitely hyped up here on YouTube. Every single person had the wands, the straightener. They are really great hair products. I find that they're very gentle on my hair, and they really do a great job. I use these hair products pretty well every single day. They're really great quality. They last me a really long time. My first hair straightener I think lasted me a year and a half, maybe even longer. It was a good product to be hyped up here on YouTube, and so many people had them. But yeah, I recommend Nume as well. I think that they have great hair products. So those were a few of the items that I have been influenced by YouTube to buy. It was definitely interesting and fun pulling these products together and brought back some memories as well, especially for the Wet n Wild trios. I think those ones were by far the best YouTube influenced me to buy it product of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.